Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Mo Trades channel. Today we're going to go over how you can always make money in the market no matter which way it moves. And I kind of want to break down some of the strategies that we use and then what occurred yesterday in the market and what we're seeing for the future today. Let's pull it up right off the bat. So yesterday, if you saw the video, you guys noticed that we had spoken about shorting or longing depending on the route that XRP had broken out. And we can see here yesterday, it did a full breakout on the lower end, right? Now, here's the cool thing about day trading. You can literally make money no matter which way the market is going because there's always opportunity. And you just need to scalp a little bit because the part of the strategy is using a higher leverage with lower margin, which in tail allows you to trade with way less money. Now, it does depend on how much money you're trying to make every day, every month trading. But if you're new to this, what you really want to do is try to get it just to basically replace your standard income. So if you're making $2,000 a month, let's say, your goal should be that you profit above $2,000 a month. And when you can consistently do that for 3 to 6 months, then I would always recommend just going all in on it because that means you've got the risk management and your strategy down. Now, there are so many strategies that you can play in this market. You could be doing EMAs, you could be doing reversals, you could just be doing continuations using EMAs. So it's completely up to you and your risk factor and how much margin you're willing to bet per trade. Now, yesterday's market was beautiful and there was so much opportunity. Now, one thing you do want to think about is you're usually going to want to pull the charts up. So I actually ended up missing my short yesterday because I literally did not get a chance to place the order in before it started the drop. And what you never want to do is chase, right? So yesterday in our playbook, we had it. If it were to bounce back off of this, we were going to go in for a short. And you guys, that would have been a 6% day. If I had just closed it now, it would have still been a 5% day. And remember, on the way I trade, I like using extremely low margin, but extremely high leverage because then it gives me the same position size, but a lot more opportunity if it goes my way. And on top of that, my stop losses are very, very, very tight. Always, 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 always. Now, what I still have an opportunity to be able to do today is to play this line. Right? Because if you zoom out, we can still see that we are on this uptrend, right? This uptrend is still occurring for XRP and it fully bounced under it. So that is a very good position to enter for a long. Now we missed the bottom of it, but we at least are getting confirmation that it could be moving up to the upside and our stop loss is going to be 1%. So today we're going to use $50 in margin to open the trade, and our leverage is going to be 500x. Now, let me show you guys how this works and how easy that is to do. And I also actually want to get into BTC, not just XRP, and the reason is for the exact same concept. We are having a double bottom here. It has now hit the bottom of the giant wick that we had occur last week. So this could be a great opportunity to capture maybe another 3%. And the nice thing about Bitcoin is that it moves a lot less volatility. So we don't need to risk as much money, right? Like our stop loss here literally just needs to be 0.45. If you really want to be nice, you can do about 0.9. And how I'm going to do it with BTC. So we go here, we go here. I always place it with contract value. Right? So if we want to do 25,000 at 500x, you guys, then we're using $49.68 in margin to take this play, right? So we're going to open this long here, order confirmation. It's actually telling me with that thing that it is a market executed order, even though I had it limit because the price had already moved. So we're going to move the stop loss down to here, and that gives us a good little window. So our risk is only $182 with the fees. But our opportunity is endless, right? And you always do want to put a tight profit as high as you can, just because what could occur is it could accidentally wick. Somebody could buy a heavy amount and we would be able to definitely walk away with some easy profit. Now let's go to XRP and do the same type of position. The reason is because the chart just looks so primed and ready for a reversal. And also when we're looking at XRP here, you guys, we can see nope, what you want to do is this. There we go. What we can see here in XRP is we're bouncing off of this line. Yes, we need to see if we're going to break above this, which we probably will. And that's a long-term resistance that I've had, support turn resistance. So we just, if it breaks through this, we are going to be able to capture at least a 5% move today. And because XRP's stop loss has to be so much bigger, right? Because I don't want it to go under here. And if you want to take less of a risk, you can move it down to here. That is a 1%er. So instead of using $50 in margin, we're going to to try to use only $25 in margin. Same thing, you're going to switch it to USDT like this. And if we do 25,000, it's 50. So let's even make it smaller. So our position size is $12,500. Our margin is $25, but because we're going to be able to take a 1% loss on XRP, our actual risk is going to be $125. And you can see that here, right? So if we move it down to here, it's actually more than 125. Let's make sure we're at the right percentage. Oh, the market's already running. Yeah, so our risk right now is about 1.22%. That's why it's $153. And our take profit can be put anywhere up here. And this position actually has not opened yet because it is a limit order. And remember, limit orders are almost half the price of a market order. So if you can enter into a limit order, great. I am not going to chase this. I'm going to wait for it to kind of hit my position, and then we'll be able to enter that opportunity. So right now we've got one position open on BTC with a $50 margin, and the total position size is $25,000 because it is sitting at a 500x leverage, right? So the idea here is if we can get a 1% to 2% move today, we're going to be able to make 5 times this margin or 10 times this margin. So if we get a 2% move, we're going to be able to make $500. If we get a 1% move, we will make $250 on the small play. And you guys, the market could maybe run 5-6%, and we're going to be able to trail that trailing stop loss to the end position. Now, my best recommendation would be to use an exchange that you like. I use BTCC because it is 500x leverage. It works really, really fast for me, and it's been very, very, very smooth. And you guys can see the market's already running, right? So we might actually miss that entry with XRP, but it doesn't matter. We're not going to chase. We just want to see if Bitcoin can break out of this little area. And if it does, we will trail that stop loss up to the top. It's going to be a longer trading day just because there might be some volatility here later when the American, when the American stock market opens. There's usually a lot more volatility, and that is 9:30 a.m. EST time. So just kind of keep that in your eyes, make sure it's locked in so you know the time. I use the world markets indicator here, which actually tells me the market opens, and we can see here American market is in the next, I think, 13 hours or so. So I'm really hoping by then we get a huge volatility spike up. XRP is definitely running against our position, not against, just not to us, because we had now missed the limit entry. And remember, what you don't want to do is just chase it. If I want to chase it, I'm going to lower the margin, but I'm just not a big fan of taking that risk. I would much rather wait and play it out. And I'll update you guys through the shorts today, or I'll try to make another long form video later explaining kind of what we're doing. But you can always make money in the market because it's always moving. You just need to be smart about your stop losses, and you need to be smart about trailing your stop loss as well, so you can let your runners run. That's what people usually mean when they say that, and you can stomp out your losers quickly. So right now, in just the start of the video, we're already up $40, and our margin risk was only $150, and we do want it to get past 100%, maybe about 200 to 300%, and we'll start trailing the stop loss up. I do hope that this video helped you guys today kind of understand the best way to get in and out of the market, and understand that you can always make money no matter which way it's moving. You just need to position yourself in the market and take some of those risks and be smart about your leverage and your stop losses. All right, I'll see you guys on the next video. Just make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out these posts, because I'm going to keep day trading and I want you guys to all see my moves. We can watch us make some money together. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.